Okay, I got one. I'm gonna tell a story now. So there's this girl.
That was a great story.
There's this girl who chills with Cody. So there's this girl who chills with Cody. They get high all the time.
And they do
because Cody's the king. Then they had sex, and they used a lot of soap. Then Cody exploded with a wave full of cum. And he exploded and nailed her as she was giving him a hand job. Her jugs were enormous, but the milk from them was intoxicating. Cody got drunk that night, and left. She had to use a giant dildo because Cody's little ones weren't doing the job. Then she flew wings, and she got wings and put flowers on herself. And while Cody was still there, she gave him head. 8 times, to be exact. Then Cody was like, ew. Then they stopped. They went to Burger Town. Then they came back. They went into Cody's back barn. And they saw a UFO taking what's that thing again? A cow. This has nothing to relate with this, but doesn't this thing look like a dog? Anyway, well, looks more like a dog. This, or this. I think this one.
Dude, hyenas aren't even dogs, idiot.
Dog.
Hyenas aren't even dogs, idiot. They're cats. Closely related to cats.
Dog? Crazy dog?
That's a freaking dragon, dumbass.
Skunk. Ain't no skunk, it's a weasel. Get it right. Go eat your Chinese food. And then rock on with your bloody knuckles. Because I'll smash your skull open with all these other skulls. Because I'm awesome.
And the soap.
And then I'll cut you up. And I'll cut you up into little meat pieces. And then I'll run you over with my motorcycle. Then my tiger will eat you. And then my pig will eat you. And then my gorilla will eat you. And then my skunk will eat you 8 times to be exact, and then your skull will look like this, and then I'll have chicken later on that night. And then the Jews will be set on fire once again, and then they're trying to run away, but the birds will get them because they're so strong and they're stealthy like ninjas. And they lunge at people using commando, and then it's so steady that they stop. Wait, I think this is better for a stop. Let me use this and stop. And then they'll stop, they'll go into outer space using only a light bulb, and then Osama will come back. And then they'll grab a giant dildo and shove it up this girl's bumhole, and her jugs. And then they'll kick her out, and then they'll light her on fire, and then they'll explode her car with flowers, and then she'll get on more head. And then they'll be watching with hats and knives, and they'll be watching some more, with some guns, some frags, some potato sacks, some tactical insurgents, and they'll watch some more. Then it goes, and then this little guy is all screwed over because he didn't have a compass, because he's an idiot and bled out to death. And then this has nothing to do with it, but that looks shiny. And then a little birdie will come into the sky and shoot penis bullets out of his penis hole. And then this little birdie will come out of the sky and just act like an idiot while it spins with its brother. And then this dildo will fall out of the sky. And then this little guy, this little shoeboxy little looking thing, will come out of the sky with some matches and a matchbox, and then they'll set more Jews on fire, and then the new guy will come back, and he'll fly away, and use this little dildo looking titty majigger, and then I'm out of shit. And then he'll ride a jet ski using only one boot instead of 2 boots, and then he'll fuck his mother's hairy vagina with a flower while she gives him head, and then he'll explode and he'll fly back. Just a little cum, because a wave of cum will smash her moon, and then a shiny knife will come out of nowhere, and then she'll cut his meat then this little piggy-looking thing is his dad, and he said he'll come home, and then the little boy will be like a chicken with a little claw and a hand, and 8 times to be exact. And then this little weirdo-looking guy will come back and kill this little weirdo-looking. Osama? Okay, moving on. This guy looks like a white Obama. This guy looks like a red Osama. This guy looks like fucking Robin Hood in the future. This guy looks like a freaking guy on OCC American Chopper. This guy looks like some weirdo that sits across the street in a lawn chair looking at you as you mow the lawn without any clothes on. What a weirdo. Of course, you're mowing flowers. Then he'll be mowing flowers, and then the grass will come out, and then a bird will come and eat his head off, and the flowers. And then this dog will come out and eat this cow that's trying to be taken away from my rocket ship. Osama's back. Then this little Cody-looking thing sounds like cock. Then the Jews will be back on fire, and more flowers. 8 flowers to be exact. And then a compass flies out from the bird's bumhole, and then the bird gets drunk and lands in a pile of flowers, and this guy comes back looking all weird and all happy, and then Osama comes back from the dead because he was in the ocean. And then this looks like a dog, that looks like a dog. I'm pretty sure that looks like a dog. And then the dog takes a bath 8 times to be exact. And then he goes outside in the mud and then rolls around in some flowers. And then the owner gets all mad and kicks him in the butt, and then the dog gets all mad as hell. And then the dog bites him 8 times to be exact. And then the owner gets furious. And then the bird comes back out of nowhere, and then Osama's back again, and then he shoots a little majigger that blows up the owner's car, and then all the car pieces land on the pretty flowers, and then 8 times to be exact. And then the moon comes back to life, and then everybody gets this skeleton wiggling thing. I don't know what I just said there, but it sounded kind of cool. And then this lollipop-looking thing comes back, and then they wash it with soap, and then Hansel and Gretel come on. And then the wild wolf comes out of nowhere and bites them on the asses 8 times each. And then Gretel takes her little dildos and puts them in her dildo boxes. And as she takes her black super dildo and starts fingering herself on a pile of flowers. 8 times to be exact. And then a wave of cum comes out of nowhere and smashes it, and they all go to heaven. And then this guy comes out of nowhere and goes, "No, we're going to hell." 8 times to be exact. And then this guy comes out of nowhere. That guy. Not that guy. That's not a guy. That's like a little Jiminy Cricket in the future. And then this guy comes out of nowhere and stabs Obama. And then throws him back in the ocean. The ocean, not the moon. The ocean. And then Osama's like, this already happened 8 times. And then goes on the moon and with a rocket ship. And then he sees Chinese food. And then he cuts his leg to eat it as meat. 8 times to be exact. But he found out his meat was toxic. And then he blew up. He blew up again. And he blew up 8 times to be exact. And then Cody came out of nowhere and got high. And then he got high with this chick all over again. And then the movie started all over again. So let's start over the movie again. And then Cody, these 2 guys. That's not Cody. Cody. Where the fuck did Cody go? Cody! No, that's Cody. That's Cody. That's Cody's little brother. And then this is Cody's girlfriend. And then they get high, and then they fly high as planes. 8 times to be exact. They got the weed from the weeds of flowers. Oh, I gotta start the movie all over again.